The word itself means body. Body is a very interesting phenomena. Let's use that word, phenomena. The reason why I use the word phenomena, because how people perceived the body 100 years ago was different, and you go on back, all the way back to the time of the Buddha, back in BC, how people perceive the body has always been, it depends on the person's view. So the body has always been a phenomena, and it's just mind-boggling, incredible. Presently, in the last 2 decades or so, the word embodiment has really taken off in our culture. And when I say the culture, I'm talking about the entire planet. Um, Only because for the first time, science and technology has came together and has and continuing to confirm what the ancient elders has always said of how the body works. And this helps our sense of self with regards to the doubting mind. And with that said, it's been confirmed that the body carries the burden. It bears the burden as well as it carries the burden. And stress, there's stress and there's trauma. Stress is something that when we continuously um, hold on to something, engage in a certain situation that causes a lot of deterioration in the cells of the body, and as well as in the mind cognitively, the stress. And trauma is a sudden impact, a shock on the system. And that can be from an accident, a physical accident, or a mental, heavy duty mental situation, traumatization, trauma. And we hold that. And of course, after a certain period of time, and that's post-traumatic stress disorder. It's it's traumatic, and stress as well, all combined. And that's heavy duty on the system, as science has shown us because of our cells. But understanding that with regards to the brain, the reptilian brain, which we have ignored so much, mostly in the field of psychology, we call it the fight or flight brain, is protecting us, is protecting the body, is protecting the sense of self and the alarming system. And that brain is fully developed before we even come out of the womb. So that brain is working in this environment in the womb. It begins to work, and it's pretty difficult for, almost impossible for any mom to carry a child 9 months without any stress, not even bringing any traumatic situation in there, but just without any stress. So the reptilian brain is constantly doing things within the womb, meaning the body is moving around, protecting itself. It doesn't, and that's its environment. And that information of protection, let's just use that word, is stored in the fascia and the ligaments, in other words, because that's mostly what's there. And it begins there, our blueprint with regards to where the Buddha calls suffering, we call it stress. It begins there. And when we come out of the womb, it depends what kind of environment we're in. Usually, most of the time, it's a loving environment, maybe for the first, let's say 24 hours, maybe, that's a question mark. and then it just depends on what kind of environment afterward that would add to the stress of that particular newborn. And so, with that said, and this is prenatal, pre prenatal trauma, prenatal stress. And so, with that said, to be on this plane, to be a human being, one of the tickets that's imprinted in us is suffering. And so embodiment is huge, from all the various hands-on, from chiropractic, of course, Tai Chi, that's ancient, all the various kinds of other hands-on work, osteopaths, massages, with regards to taking care and helping to alleviate that. And then there's all kinds of breath work, breath practices, and so forth, that also working with that. One scientist comes to my mind, bringing her name up because it was such a manly world. Hope it isn't anymore. Where she discovered down to the molecular structure that it can be changed, the emotions and so forth. And Candace Pert, Molecules of Emotions, wonderful person, and writing and discovery that she also confirmed this process. And another thing, since it's a blueprint, we come in this world with a discomforting, let's say, cellular structure, even all the way back to ancient time to now. How did the human beings still grew up, a lot of them, to be such lovely people, and did a lot of them have done such outstanding things? Well, there's this word is called love. And those who grew up in a loving environment, even if it was just one person for several years, still love. That is still the most powerful medication in existence, is love.